All right, let's get going. Welcome to another Private Label Masters live stream on YouTube. My name is Tim. If you are new to the channel, I'm an Amazon private label seller. That means I sell my own physical product brands that I import from overseas and sell on Amazon.com. I've been selling on Amazon doing private label for a little over 3 years. And this year, I've already hit $10 million in sales. That's from January 1st to November 1st. And just so we have the transparency that everyone loves, and that is also important, how about a screenshot of the 10 million in sales? Okay, I just posted this in my Facebook group. Let's see if I can get this thing to show. Here we go, right? 10 million from January 1st to November 1st this year. All right. So again, that's not counting November or December. And those are two of the biggest months of the years, especially December. So keep a lookout for beginning of January where I post like what goes down in the rest of December, because it's going to be pretty exciting. Last year, between my two combined accounts, I hit 8 million. The year before that, I hit 4.2 million. And the year before that, I did 800,000. So you've seen it kind of gradually scale up. And it's actually in quite quick ascent, right? And it's going to keep going. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, I made a post in my Facebook group, and this is what I posted. I said right here, right? I've sold 10 million already this year on Amazon. What is one question you want to know about how I run my business? Okay. If you aren't in my Facebook group, you can go ahead and ask your question too. If you have a question about how I run my business, which can impact perhaps how you help you run your business, or scale it up, or if you're running into any obstacles, put them in the chat and I'll see if I can help you. Okay. But first, I'm going to hit on these ones. But before we do that, all right, before we do that, the last videos that I had, I was going to give away a free access to the Private Label Masters training. The only course out there who is taught by a seller who's doing 8 figures a year, and also has other multi-million-dollar sellers per year in their student group, all helping each other, okay? So in order to win that, you had to watch the last 3 videos, you had to comment and like them, and I was going to pick a winner. All right. Now, who is that winner? Who is the winner? I'm going to tell you right now. It's loading. It's loading. Who is it? Who is it? Is it you? Is it your friend? You better want this person as your friend, because they're about to get some good info. The winner is this gentleman right here, Ryan Egan. All right. So make a post in my Facebook group, Mr. Ryan, and tag myself, and we'll get you in the Private Label Masters course. All right. So thanks for all those participating. Don't worry, we're going to do another giveaway here pretty soon. Okay. So let's get into these questions that people have asked about running a $10 million a year Amazon business. All right, so we're going to start from the top. It says, congrats, I'm honored to be your student. What was the first pivot point in your journey which was essential in achieving this goal? So there's been different points, I would say, that were pretty influential in my growth and growing my Amazon business to where it is today. The first point was just finally putting in that first order. Oh man, I can remember I was scared. I was really scared, okay? I was like, I'm about to wire money to China, okay? Yeah, I'm using this thing called Alibaba Trade Assurance, but I had never even heard of Alibaba.com before. It just seemed like, man, there is no return policies for this kind of stuff. Like, if it gets here, what am I going to do? What if it doesn't sell? I had all these worries. I didn't know the process 100%. What if this comes up? What if that happens? I've heard this story, I've heard that story, right? And that's natural, right? If you're a new seller, you probably can relate to that. And if you haven't started selling, maybe you can relate to that too. Well, I remember the day I clicked the mouse button when I sent the money. And ooh, that was an exhilarating feeling. If you can think back to your first order or when you're gonna do your first order, you will know what I'm talking about. That was a big influential thing. It's just like, just finally doing it, okay? So that was huge, right? Because once I got that out of the way, then it was kind of like a being on a treadmill that's going, at a decent clip, and you just got to keep up, right? It's in production. It's time to ship. Got to get it shipped. Oh, it just got there. I need pictures, right? You're just like keeping up with the treadmill, and you learn so much through that first product. So that was influential, the first one. The second most influential thing was when I finally realized that I needed to really like up my game when it came to my listing. When I'm talking about the pictures and the copywriting, which is the bullets and everything, like there's like standards, right? And like a standard level. And then there's like savage people who are not playing around, people who are, this is my livelihood, and they're putting everything into their business, right? And their listings reflected that. So when I finally made that pivot to forget Fiverr, forget that for my listing, my bullets, forget taking pictures on my cell phone or this random guy down the street or whatever. When I was like, okay, I'm getting a professional photographer and I am getting a professional copywriter who knows what they're doing, and I am getting a professional package designer, logo designer, I would say that's when it took another big pivot, right? Then the final pivot that I'll touch on is when I finally like hired out help, right? I was one of these people who, you're not going to believe this, but I was running my Amazon account. It was doing almost $5 million a year, and I only had one part-time VA who was doing the customer service. That was it. I was doing everything. And if you have 1 to 5 products, you already know like how much it is, like PPC and reorders and shipping, and plus I was still finding new products. So think of that, $5 million a year, and I was still doing everything except for answering customer support. So since then I hired 2 full-time people, and whoa, man, my life has changed. My life is good, right? I wake up and I know I have an assassin on my right hand and an assassin on my left hand, and we are going, okay? So those are the 3 biggest things, right? Getting started, that first order, because then it's like keeping up with the treadmill and you just got to keep up. You learn so much. Next thing was really taking my listings to the next level. And the third thing was finally hiring help and really delegating, all right? That's the first question. Let's look at the next one. From John Manziel, Tim, you're a freight train. I heard you mention you scaled at about 2 products monthly. Has this changed?